can you give me something specific that they could do? Because this is where I'm coming from.
Okay.
They would have to say we're against abortion. They
Yep.
would have to say guns are okay. They would have to say all these gender issues are silly and revert back to how things used to be. They would have to say immigration is hurting the country and we should really, really tighten up on that. They would have to say that education and teachers unions roles versus parents needs to be reversed back to being in the power of parents. These are like the main things that they stand on.
Hmm.
They would have to say I'm wrong about that and do another. How do you do that?
Well, it's hard because the reality is they're standing on the wrong side of all of those issues that you just named. They virtually have decided that they're going to stand on the wrong side of every one of the. And when I say wrong side, I mean popular opinion would tell you that they're on the wrong side of every single one of those issues by and large. Like immigration, like I most scholars would tell you that the reason to have a country is to protect the borders and the integrity of that country. So it doesn't take a lot of common sense to figure out that the country's number one job is to control immigration and keep secure borders. So why a Democrat would be like not willing to say we should have strong borders is I don't even understand why. Like that's like choosing to be on the wrong side of the issue because I don't know why.
There are some issues where if I brought up an issue to you, you may be like, I have to think about it, or you at least need to pause and weigh the matter. Most of the issues that I just ran off to you, most people have an immediate knee-jerk reaction and answer
Mm-hmm.
to.
Yes.
So these aren't the norm, these aren't just issues that you can reverse. These are issues where a person is going to have a knee-jerk reaction to your change to it.
Right. Well, one of the problems I think has happened in the United States because we have a two-party system is that parties have sort of decided that no matter whatever the other party says, you have to be on the opposite side.
Yeah,
Like
that shit is
there are no instances of any of these issues where both parties on one issue agree. Like they don't agree on any issue.
Bro, I've seen some issues where uh they were on one side and then the next term the other party picked up that issue and then they changed course on their feelings about it because they
Yeah.
agreed with that is crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy. And the problem is what happened right now currently, and this is what I'm trying to explain to my Democratic friends, is that over the last couple years, mostly under the later years of Biden, the Democrats, for one reason or another, have inadvertently or by choice or by bad luck or whatever, have fallen on the wrong side of all of these issues. So as all the issues shuffle down and one party goes mine, I'm on that side, and then the other guy goes, oh, that means I'm opposite. What's happened is the Democrats have seized on the opposite, and they happen to be, if you were playing poker, they're the ones not getting the cards, right? They're not getting the turn, they're not getting the hands, and that's what's so they're just on the wrong side right now. Now, is that always going to be the case? No, potentially not. But right now, it is, and they don't seem to realize it. And the problem is that so what they're doing is they're digging in their feet deeper and deeper and deeper. And I think all that is doing, quite frankly, is empowering Trump, empowering his allies, and quite frankly, is going to change leadership even in other countries around the world. You're going to see what's going to happen is you're going to get, I'll call them puppet Trumps, but you're going to get people that are more in line with the current Republican Trump party elected in Europe and in Asia and other places. So what you're doing is you're seeing this great world shift towards these policies. And I'm not saying let me take myself as an example. I'm not saying that's necessarily bad because I do believe that there's a lot of policies that have been put in place recently by Trump that I would say I agree with. I don't agree necessarily how he does them all the time, and some of the things he says I don't find helpful. But I think that they're like, look, getting rid of a bunch of fluff in the government and some of the stuff that has come out where we're paying millions and billions of dollars towards bullshit in other countries. I mean, yeah, I'm a taxpayer. Like I never approved of that. If you actually had put that out as a statement and said we're going to pay the Chess Society in Uganda, we'd all be like, no, the fuck no, we're not doing that. Or if you put it out to your average person and you said, hey, do you think we should try to ban food coloring and weird additives that Europe and Asian countries have already banned in our food and try to make America healthier? I think most people be like, yeah, I'm on board with that.
Mike, what you're
But
addressing right now is the issue with the Democratic Party. Because how can you defend that? How can you defend that?
I don't know.
And it should signal to people. That's why there are different kind of there are some people who are going to be Democrat no matter what. But the
Mm-hmm.
people who are really paying attention, how do you defend that? They don't. They're literally going against saying we shouldn't have Doge. They're not
Right.
addressing the expenditures at all. Not at
Nope.
all.
Nope.
They're like they just shouldn't be looking.
Nope.
That
And then you
that's
get these
like
stupid memes. You get insane memes. That the meme comes out and goes, well, but Trump goes to the NASCAR race and we had to pay 20 million. Well, he's our figurehead. We every president has done stuff like this. We've always paid money for them to travel to
yeah.
that
Let
is
me
the
address
dumbest
that, Mike.
argument.
That's like when you were mentioning about the mayor in LA for the fires, and you were like she
Yep.
was in Africa or whatever, and I
Right.
dismissed that
Mm-hmm.
because that's what they do. If you are mayor of a big city and you ain't going to other countries making connections, you're not doing your job. So we're talking about the president. That's
Right.
part of your
That's his number
job.
one job. Number one
Yeah.
job.
You are, and
Yeah.
we've discussed this before. You are more a spokesperson for the country more than
Mm-hmm.
anything else.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just Americans watching, oh, he's at the NASCAR. The Taliban,
Yeah.
everybody,
Everybody. Everybody. That's
and
right.
that has an effect on their psyche. That has an effect on decisions they may or may not make. It's layers to this, and when a person brings up something like that, I'm like, okay, they ain't on my level. Ain't no sense even having
Right.
a conversation with them.
Yep. Exactly. But that's what I found is that the Democratic Party largely has dumbed down their constituents to the point at which they're nothing much more than putting out stupid memes that make no sense. And by the way, I'm going to tell you, listen to this prediction here on the podcast because we're good at predictions. If the Democrats do not come up with a savior, if they do not come up with a somebody that's good, okay, not polarizing, not weird, not whatever, their argument right now is that Trump's trying to change the Constitution so he can become the president for the third time. Guess what? If most of Americans think that, look, the guys on the other side are putting up a bunch of ding dongs, guess what's going to happen? They're going to be like, yeah, we want that guy for a third term because the other side can't come up with anybody.